Okay, yeah. If you click on that same account again, you can see the latest new live thing.
How goes the hunt for Kupka?
Largely in circles. We have myriad sightings of strange soldiers in unexpected places, but nothing definitive as yet. If only we knew for certain by what route he left Rosalith.
Well, keep at it. If anyone can piece this puzzle together, it's you. And I'm willing to wait as long as it takes.
I would explain this. What? Oh no, I was gonna say I'd explain the story, but I'm like, how far am I actually in this game? I am about 20 hours in, so that'd be a lot of story to explain.
What?
Yeah.
Here?
Would that be a problem?
Do you know,
It
Clive?
is.
I believe it a mercy that you didn't inherit your father's throne. Your poor people would surely live in fear of you.
You have nothing to worry about on that front. I won't be claiming his crown.
Considering the
That
area
is
that we
naive.
live in, I don't know. Maybe.
Clive, have you got a minute? We, have a guest.
A guest?
Right.
For your trouble.
Interesting.
It was a pleasure, in hindsight.
Uncle Byron? Clive, my boy! Tap a cask and stoke the ovens for your favourite uncle is
You
here!
wanted to there. Thinky. Favorite Marvel movie?
The Dalmekian government
I liked
sues
Age
for
of
peace.
Ultron. That one because
How shall we
when
respond?
I watched that with my dad in the
If
theaters,
they're
and that
willing
was a
to
very
accept their
nice
fault in
memory.
the matter, I see no reason to refuse them.
Still, we must insist on substantial reparations. The Twinside stores are not as bottomless as reported.
Aye, and we have many more mouths to feed. We shall just have to have the Dalmecs empty their treasuries for us.
Of course, none of this would have been possible without your timely intervention, Prince Olivier.
Alright. Thor Ragnarok was a good one, though. Interesting. That's funny.
Indeed, I doubt any of us would have had the courage to trade words with the mighty Titan, nor less the wit to win him over.
The Empire owes you a great debt.
May the blessing of the crystals go with you, Your Highness.
No. I mean, I don't really know much about Jinin, so I'd be surprised if that's the. Well, actually, no. Technically, that is the first thing you told me about Jinin. So interesting. Right. Hmm. I feel like that's the point of movies, but alright. Nice. Not really, but what? Well, it's good for at least longer hair to not wash it every day and have like your natural oils kind of go through it, and then washing it every so often so you don't, kill it essentially with chemicals. But for a whole year, that's a bit interesting. Oh, I don't know. Nor would I question it. Neato. I knew some people like that, and they were trying to compensate for actually being a dumbass. So, oh no, I said I knew someone like that that only did that to compensate for being a dumbass. Funny goober. Well, how old was Sari at the time? Uh, never know. People do, and it does surprisingly work out. But I don't know the situation between the two, so you would know that better. Like them together or get married in general? Well, yeah, but that's one in love with someone that isn't in love with the other, so I don't see how they can get married when only one is reciprocating feelings and the other isn't. Do you realize? If it's been this long, how can someone just now realize? I'm sorry, sweetheart, but that alright. if it, I'm sorry, if it hasn't happened now, it's a very slim chance that it would actually happen, considering that Asha did move. Long distance relationship does not help that factor either. That, and also, weren't you the one who told me that if Asha did know about that she'd be like, you know? Your words, by the way. I'm sorry, we live in a world to where people are so hellbent on politics. And what the fuck, whatever goddamn lesbian ate for breakfast. I don't know. Mm-hmm.
Very good.
Now, let us come to the question of precisely when the Dalmex will withdraw their troops.
Dion's fire could rid us of them in mere moments. The men of the Fist will not withdraw until a peace treaty is concluded. So let us keep the negotiations open, give them time to gather what gold and trinkets they can, and once they deliver that which we demand, what worth is a piece of parchment?
What was that?
Your Radiance, were Prince Dion to take the field, the enemy would surely send their own dominant to meet him.
Yeah.
And while His Highness would of course prevail, there would be heavy losses on both.
You need not
What,
fear
not
he will
lunch?
go too quickly. He is engaged on the Western Front. Even
Yeah.
were the Dalmex to send for him, he would not arrive in time. As much as I would
Yeah.
enjoy witnessing a clash between Bahamut and Titan, it is not to be.
And what of your subjects, your Radiance? If the fighting spread to the city proper, the people would bear the brunt of it.
Part of my family?
Losses, it is true.
Yeah, no, they said that you
If
seem
every
very
citizen
nice.
falls,
That's, yeah.
another can be bred. For every home that burns, another can be built. The Empire will live on. Dion?
Yes, sire.
No, it's all good. It's a heavy story-driven game. Oh, can you not hear any audio? Yeah. Yeah, that's all good. Oh, I bet she did.
Prepare for battle.
But sire,
Do not make me repeat myself. Return
Well,
to
yeah,
your
she's
camp,
been.
and
To be fair, Melanie has done it a long time ago before, and then just now got back into serving after a long while. And my mom's been doing it
that is your
as her
wish,
only career,
Your
basically.
Radiance. I shall depart at once.
Indeed. It works so well for her.
May Gregor forgive you.
Huh? Oh no, I dropped her off, and then I followed her.
what do the astrologers augur?
The stars are in agreement, Your Radiance. The shadow of treachery hangs over Prince Dion.
Very regal. But this guy seems like a douchebag. Just because he doesn't seem like a very good king. Why? Fuck that bitch, by the way. She's a dick eater. Absolute cunt. I have a very good reason for calling her very bad words. Also, I don't know what the fuck is with that kid. He just seems weird.
What on earth is Uncle Byron?
That is this main character's mom, and she basically overthrown the kingdom that she was originally part of and killed her own husband in front of the two kids, which is the main character, and then another one witnessed their father die. Their father was a very good man, and so she's kind of a bitch because she basically had her previous kingdom wilt away and die and had all of her people almost die off.
How I've missed you.
So yeah, no, she's kind of a
Did you
bitch.
find this place, Uncle? Through the good offices of young
Indeed.
Sir Wade. He really is the most helpful fellow. As are you,
Oh yeah.
The Guardians and those they freed tell the most outlandish tales of your heroics in Rosalith. Which is why I came, to learn the full truth of the matter. Sort the fact from the fiction, so to speak.
Very pretty.
The Guardians of the Flame to evacuate the people of Rosalith to Port Isolde. I was.
No, you.
Then I have questions for you. Please, come inside, Uncle. Gladly. You there? There are 2,000 gold talents in those chests. See that they're added to my nephew's coffers, would you? 2,000? And I'm afraid that is all I know.
A fleet sailing south past Port Isolde. Most intriguing.
Forgive me for not being able to tell you more. I hadn't the faintest idea Kopko withdrew wounded from Rosalith.
Oh, I know. This guy has a pretty nice outfit. I kind of like it.
Decisive blow. What do you think, Vivian?
I think, with this news of the Dhalmekian fleet and recent reports of the Royalists' movements, that the final piece of the puzzle has fallen into place. Come here.
I don't know what it'd be, but maybe.
It is known that Kupka's forces entered Rosaria via its
Huh?
unguarded coast.
The one that I was talking to?
So can the same be said?
No, it was the one that popped up in that previous cutscene.
Certainly, her royal navy is famed for the
Actually, I don't know what
efficiency
part
with
of the
which it
stream you're on.
from one battlefield to the next. And in the Einherjar
Oh,
or Black Galleon.
you're looking at the map.
Nigh as swift and every bit as feared as the kingdom's legendary.
Yeah, no, she wasn't. I don't know actually too much about this person.
Her naval presence being crucial to her ambitions beyond Ash. Yes, it seems safe to assume that the Royalists did indeed enter Rosaria from the sea. So then,
I have none. I just texted him a little. That was it.
Titan survival. Whither would you take him? Why home
Um?
to take
He actually might come this Sunday, and if he does, I think we might go to Murphy's for breakfast so you can meet him.
Not entail an arduous voyage around the southern cape.
Yeah.
Let us say that the royalists did put ashore with a mind to spirit Kupka away from under your very nose. Could that truly have been their plan for him? To load him aboard one of
I don't
the
know.
ships flying Republican colors
Waffle.
sighted off the coast near Port Isolde. To spend
Yeah.
weeks at sea, being tossed hither and yon by unforgiving waves, his life hanging in the balance. No. The journey would mean Titan's death, and Kupka's faithful creatures would not allow it. So what then was the plan of our Waluda friends?
That would
Reports
be
suggest
pretty
they made
cool.
not for the coast, but for the desert.
I hope
By
so too,
cutting
it'd be
through the
cool.
Velcroy, a party traveling light would have Titan back in his bed
Hmm.
days before a galley could lurch into port. To wit,
Yeah.
it was the royalists, not the Republicans,
That's
who
cool.
effected
That's
Uncle
cool.
Kupka's safe retreat. I would stake your life
My
on
what?
it.
Okay.
So it was the
Oh, I see what
Waludas
you
who
mean.
spirited the wretched away. Now I think about it.
That's fair.
There was something a little strange about the ships I saw. The men seemed almost crestfallen, as if in mourning, as if they
Alrighty.
believed, or were made to believe, that their master was dead.
You have a keen mind, Lord Rosfield. And you have your answer. To find Kupka, you have merely to follow the royalist trail across the Velcroy. It may well have gone cold by now, but as they say in the Republic, all roads lead to Drake's Fang.
Allow me to accompany you part of the way. As luck would have it, I had intended to journey Canverward on business after visiting you here. The Fang would be but a short detour.
I'd be glad of the company. Give me a moment to make ready. I need to tell my friends what we've learned and where we're going.
Very well, but be quick about it, my boy. Time waits for no man.
Some of the cutscenes and fight in this game are really cool.
The Litlands have been up to their old tricks again.
I could actually show you one of them. I forgot I could replay stuff here. Right here. That was a good fight. I don't know if he'll do cutscenes. Maybe. Oh. Well, it gives me certain here. Okay, well I can't change my sword.
Another gate. Let's see if this one opens. This place really be a fallen ruin.
You could hardly call it a ruin.
What's up?
It's perfect. Like it was built yesterday.
Oh.
Have you ever seen anything
I
like
was like, I
this?
sneezed. I coughed a little. So I could skip this. No. Puffy sleeves.
What do we do?
The usual.
trouble.
We mean how I do the concentration. Only every so often. I guess so. No.
How can these things still function?
How can any of this? This must be what the fallen ruins were like before they fell.
What's what? Little weird walking thing? I don't know. It's called a fallen bug, so I don't know.
Looks like it can take a beating.
Then let's give it one.
Not this time.
Fire. Oh, was something happen? Oh, I see.
Any of this makes sense to you?
None. Let's find the hooded man and leave.
I was like, oh, alright. Which way do I go? This way.
Whatever they are, I don't think they're friendly.
What do you mean? No, I know. I don't know. I mean, like, he gets a good bit of it. I mean, like, I tell him, like, you know, what we might have done, like, you know, went on a date, how that went. But for the most part, yeah, you know, a lot of it I actually, like, I do and I don't tell. Then I'll drop the whole load.
Would Joshua have had to run this gauntlet too?
No. At least not that I ever heard about. I imagine the Phoenix would receive a warmer welcome.
Here we go again. Where will we end up this time?
Goodness.
Surrounded by
No, I just think it's funny.
murdering us, I expect.
Yeah.
Could the man really have taken this path?
We won't know until we've followed it all the way to the end. Come on, let's keep looking.
What? I like you too.
No holding back.
What? Oh no, that's awesome. But it's still nice. I feel like that's up to you. Right. I feel like that's whatever you'd want to learn, you know? Whatever you decide to wear, you'll look very cute. I know you will. No, that mainly goes towards you. Yeah, I know, but still, that mainly goes towards you. Exactly. Past season 1. I think? Is there seasons? I forget. I think, yeah, season 1. Who? Oh, I've seen a little bit of it. I don't know, I don't really remember where I've gone. It would be one of those shows I'd probably have to rewatch from the beginning again, just to remember where I'm at. Yeah, that's fine. Just like the first time. I see. Why are you in, like, denial or something? Right. Good night, Mom. Love you too. Sleep good. Huh? Yeah, I am. Alrighty, I will. My mom says goodnight. She says goodnight. What'd you say? Yeah. Well, what were you talking about? You don't know what you were just talking about? Well, don't start it off with, I don't know. Mm.
Seems the feeling's mutual.
No. What? What, that we... What did I say? I like really forgot. What, don't lose this one? Well, I'm gonna make sure not to. No, that's alright. How would I find that as a problem? Yes. You as well. Like what? Good night, dude. Love you too. Sleep good. Sam says good night. Says good night.
It's done.
You shall.
What are these creatures? And why do they keep attacking us?
They're probably asking themselves the same thing. We're the ones trespassing here. Their just protecting their home.
Well, like what though? I'm curious.
Jill, look.
Right.
Is that some kind of mural?
It's worth a closer look, whatever it is.
Yeah. I'm so me. Well, I'm glad I'm me.
This time.
Well, then I don't know, because the ones that have girlfriends, I don't really know, like, their girlfriends all too much, so, yeah. Well, I'm glad you also think so. Because I like my life here too.
This time.
Right. Well, that's good then.
What the hell was that thing? It wasn't like the others.
It would seem this place holds even more secrets than we thought.
He does. And you are right. Yeah. And you know, it's like, I do and I don't remember his type all too well. But at the same time, even if I did remember his type pretty well, I feel like that'd be a fun conversation for you two to have if you ever were to ask him. And I wouldn't want to spoil that, like, knowledge. Because that, honestly, you know, that's something that I feel like you'd be able to get into with him pretty well. Yep. Mm-hmm. You'd get talking about it. I think that'd be a fun conversation. It is. Indeed he is. Yeah, that's kind of a given. Well, I'm very lucky as well.
we're here.
Another fallen wonder.
Yeah, then in turn that would also make me lucky because I've seen the same. Well, I'm lucky to know them as well because they're all incredible people as well. Yeah, well, I mean, that's a given because we're dating. I love you. Don't always have to make it about me. Exactly, whatever.
So, it isn't a dead end after all.
You partially are. That's okay. I mean, I appreciate the praise, but still.
It all seems to lead to this room.
And look what's in it. How old do you suppose this is? 1,000 years? More?
I don't know. I've never seen anything like it before. Who is that in the middle, do you think? Some sort of god.
Yes. Let's see, 4 or 5 years? No. 3. About... No. 4. Yeah, it was like, it was like 4. Honestly, funny is because I actually got mine a little before he did get his.
The second dominance of fire.
But we got ours at around the same. No, he just grew it out. Got lazy to shave, and then, he's like, I don't mind this. What's up? It could be a pain. Depending on.
What? I'm back.
Yeah.
Joshua! Stop it! Please! Stop!
Yes.
I did this. I killed him. Joshua chose me to be his shield. He gave me his blessing and asked me to keep him safe. I should have protected him that day. It was my duty.
Yeah, so around the time that, so that's his younger brother. He witnessed his father get killed and then got turned into the Phoenix, which is like a summon, and it's not like he got turned to it because it was just like, a bad thing. That's kind of like what he is, I guess. Turned to that out of rage, started causing like havoc around the area that they're in, and then without realizing it, the main character turned into the other one that was beating up the Phoenix, and ultimately killed his own brother without really realizing it.
I killed him. But I blamed another
Yeah,
for
so
what I did.
he started. In the beginning, he went on a basically a journey to
Accepting
go on a revenge quest to kill the killer that killed his brother, but he found out that it was himself.
from everything.
So yeah, no, he's kind of like in that.
Ready to accept the truth.
He's in that in between part for the.
I know
Well,
what
right
my
now is that
secret is.
crisis. He's in the midst of
So
like
that Joshua's soul
accepting it,
can finally rest in
at least
peace.
trying. But the funny thing is that a little bit later he finds out that his brother's actually still alive. Yeah. But he had like the guilt of thinking he killed his brother for like a good solid couple years until like his brother saves him from a basically life or death situation.
No matter how bitter the truth that awaits me.
That's the thing he turned into.
Come, Ifrit. Show me who you truly are.
Oh, it is. I'm like liking it so much. The story for it and how the gameplay is so awesome. No, what's up? What's up? Yes. Alex. Because there's a point where he's bi-curious. Yeah. He isn't though. Like, he was, but he isn't now. Yeah. I didn't last very long. It was like for a month, and then he went to like an LA nude beach, and then realized he liked titties too much. Eric. I'm not surprised because I don't think it would actually happen. You'll meet him in due time.
Still you deny it. Even when the truth's staring right at you.
Why would I say so?
Come on, Clive.
Well, yeah, I'd say so. He's one of my other good friends that I'd want you to meet. What are you saying? You don't want to? Yeah. So far, you've only talked to Alex and Eli. That's nice. Which is kind of funny. Cause like what? Well, yeah, no, that's like his whole goal is to make people laugh. You know, fair.
What? I see. You'd help me learn by example.
Yeah, cause he's like the least intimidating person like ever. He's the easiest person to talk to, like by far out of everyone. I would have. What? Is your mental picture? Well, try to guess what he. Just from based off of how you have met him, what do you think he looks like? Yeah, I guess that's fair. No, I was just wondering if you'd be able to, like, you know, maybe just, like, think of one.
No escape, eh?
Well, with that being said, I do have a picture of Alex, so... It's just a matter of trying to find him here. Okay. Well, one of these days you'll meet Jacob. I'll describe him later, but I'm gonna send a picture of Jacob. The first one will be him, the second one will be... Fuck it, the second one will be Eric, and then the other one will be Alex. Shit. That's amazing. That wasn't sarcasm, that was just me saying that's amazing. I can't find a picture of Alex, so those are the... So... That's, the first picture is Jacob. Eric.
I'm running from you. Together, then. It's time to find out who we are, once and for all.
What's up? You silly. Oh yeah. She doesn't know that I have long hair. That's funny. Oh, you did? Right. Indeed. Alex made sure to send me good pictures. Yeah.
I know the truth of it now. You are not afraid. I am.
I know. What? Just him? Bam. What happened? Okay. Right. That was a fun mission. Just a funny collage.
The little ones have been up to their old tricks again.
Otto, Kupka's at Drake's Fang.
You're not going in there alone, are you?
Don't worry. I'm not going there to destroy the Mother Crystal. All I'm after is Kupka's head. I won't risk any more than I have to.
Alright.
I promise.
The Lander and the Fang.
That's awesome.
Personal fiefdom. You have any trouble on the way?
Bella has such a cute face at the top right border. Photo.
The Desert Hare.
Who is she?
An old associate of Sid's. And only Sid's. All I know is the name, and that they used to meet at the Dalamil Inn. We've heard nothing from her since he died. But I'm thinking maybe the new Sid might be able to bring her back into the fold.
Thanks. I'll keep that in mind.
You don't know why? Because it's
What
fun.
about your uncle? I mean, he's welcome to stay, but...
Don't look so worried. He'll be coming with me.
Thank fuck for that.
Gav, Otto, I'm leaving you two in charge.
You can count on us.
I feel like you have a shit ton of pictures on your phone as well.
All right, Uncle. I'm ready to depart. Shall we?
We shall. Come, let us away to adventure.
Stunning. Stunning. God. Peaches. Round turd.
I was a young man when last I walked this
Yeah, I don't care. You can ask me any sort of random questions that you ever have in your mind. There's not a single reason why I would care that you ask random questions.
Trading post not far from here. The road to Drake's Fang leads through it.
The trading post it is.
Okay.
Our destination lies over that dune, beyond the ruins. Mark them well, Clive. It's all too easy to lose one's bearings.
I don't really think any of them. Yeah, no, I don't. I mean, like, it'll be like
Let's go.
rate this person, and then sends a
Remember the
picture
week
in the group
years
chat that we're
ago,
in,
when
and
you were
then
just a boy, you and
yeah,
I
no,
rode
that's kind of
this
how
road
that goes.
together, accompanying your father on a scouting expedition to Drake's Fang.
He let me come with you.
I'm not surprised you don't remember. It was just before
I mean,
Joshua was
people would
born.
probably think Emma
You
Watson's
were
hot, but
so
I mean, I
eager
don't
to
know if
be
that's
there when
necessarily
your
a
brother
type, though.
arrived. But you
Maybe
whipped your
Eric, but
chocobo
Eric
too
would.
hard on the
Eric's not
journey
really all
home
that picky.
and fell from the saddle.
Yeah.
I shall never
Well, he
forget
is,
how
but
Elwyn
not
fussed over
picky.
you as you sat in the sand, bawling like a
Uh,
baby.
I don't really know, to be honest,
And you think those
because
songs
it's like, well, oh, never mind, Asian. He wants an Asian. Why? That's his preference. You asked me what is his, or what are the guys' preferences, or at least which one
Come
of the
on.
lines, and then said maybe Eric, and then you asked me what would he want? Yeah, no, he just likes Asians.
Ah, there she is. The good old Dalamil Inn. Do you know, this
One of these
heat
days,
has
I hope
given
so.
me quite a thirst.
None of us really like.
Press on?
None of us really judge people for like, I don't know. At least whoever the guys are dating, we don't really judge because that's kind of fucked. Unless they're kind of dickheads to them. Like for example, Eric's ex. That's when I'll judge because she was an asshole.
Look
Mhm.
there. Those are Ashen steeds. No doubt about it.
And such a long ride from Stonehair. Our Luda friends must be soothing their saddle sores in the inn. Shall we join them? Run along and play now, Torgal.
Typical woman. Okay. Wow. Fair. Yeah, that's sad.
Good day to you. Eating?
Uh-huh. Mm. Yeah, most likely. Yes. Uh-huh. Oh, I could guess, though. Mm. Obviously, you aren't the open-minded one. Never know. Mm. Right. Hasn't found just hasn't found the right one. Takes patience for a lot of people. And patience and just, not really looking. I'm glad you think so. Mm-hmm. In a mirror occasionally. In a mirror. You're right, because that would be weird if I saw myself on an outsider's perspective. Thanks. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't know why you're saying thanks for that. Mm-hmm. I'm glad you are. What's up? Hmm. I don't really like her calamari all too much, so not that. If we still had it, I'd get the mussels. But we don't have the mussels. So, maybe the crab cakes, because those are pretty good. Why? Reason being? Huh? Reason being? Oh, okay. It's an interesting thought process about that. Instantly, after having a shit to-go order, what would I give for a to-go order? I've never remotely thought that once whenever receiving a to-go order. When does it not go to that? When does... Uh-huh. Being horny at work, tisk tisk. I said being horny at work, tisk tisk. Because that's what that was. Am I talking to a recorder? Did I accidentally dial the thing back to hear it twice in one? It was. You said it in the same tone as well. Like, I thought I was listening to a recording. It sounded exactly like a repeat. That's crazy. Why is it my fault? That's not a fucking reason. No, it's not. No. I said no. Mm-hmm. Just might be a bit too much flattery for me. I don't know. I'm not used to it. Yes, too much. It's all good. I like having our conversations, but you don't have to always be like, oh damn, you're hot out of nowhere, and then totally interrupt your own train of thought. You're okay. I'm just saying I don't necessarily like turning your conversation always towards me at every waking moment. Because I like to hear about what you've done or what you are doing at the moment that isn't always thinking about me and then ultimately turning the conversation about me. Yeah, I mean, like, to be fair, it would be like going to a mirror and talking about how hot I am for like a straight 3 years, and then going to everyone and being like, "Oh yeah, I'm the hottest person alive. Go away," and then like bow down before me, kind of thing. No, it's not good. My thought process on this is that, I think you're very pretty and all the things that you say about me, I think the same about you, obviously, but I don't say it all too much because I feel like it might lose its value. I want to say it when it really counts. Yeah? You okay? Sure, you're okay. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. If I did. Okay. You sure, babe? Okay. Nakai is just staring at me. I also think Nakai might be a girl. I can't tell though yet. It's still very hard to tell. 'Cause it's like blue tongue skinks to see if they are a certain sex or not is the shape of their body and their head. Huh? I don't know. I'm just gonna call the thing Nakai, and then when Nakai slowly grows up, it'll be dubbed. It'll be gender reveal party, but months after it's hatched. resonates. Most likely. Fucking resonates. God.
Sorry about my pal. He only talks when his mouth's full. What do you...
Someone that isn't happy with their own name.
recommend?
Well, if you're after something...
No. And, I don't know what I would. I don't know, but I don't know what I would name my kid. Just for the fact it's like, I don't know. Well, one, I'd want something good and unique. Two, it just depends if it's like a boy or a girl, you know. I don't know. Like, I don't want to have a name for both.
Right, we do a fine chocobo soup with lentils and honey.
2 bowls of that then. An ale.
Right you are.
Hey, girl!
Coming!
Your pal?
Both names that you have are very cute, though. I feel like which one you choose suits you very well. No, I know. I'm just saying if you chose to, Catherine would be a cute name. I know. And that's just because of, like, family stuff, yeah? I forgot the reason. So, no, I said, was it because of, like, family stuff? I forgot the reason. I forgot the reason. Huh? No, I said it. I'm pretty sure it was family reasons, but I forgot. Catherine? I mean, you don't have to add the middle name. That's a problem, how? What? Why is it a problem to be too feminine, though? What? Yeah, that's cute. Huh? Say it? Katie. Katie, Catherine, Kathy. I think of a bunch. Mainly those three. I don't see a problem with it. I mean, what else was the other reasons? I mean, besides the way that you hate having it sound, because it doesn't sound bad, like, at all. It suits you, though. Yeah, I think Katie suits you. I mean, like, trust me, it's totally your, what you want to go by, like, that, that is totally up to you. I'm just saying, if you ever were to, Katie is a cute name. Cute name for a cute person. Sam also goes well, too, because that is just what I'm used to. Sam or Sammy, one of the two, I don't know. But Katie isn't bad either. But like, what were the other reasons? Mm. Yeah. Right. Mm-hmm. Right. I don't know. Mm-hmm. Just didn't like the sound of it. Well, I mean, like what though? So like almost like a moment of pure defiance almost. I don't know. I do not know. No, I was saying I do not know. For my mom, I've had that. With my dad, it was never really that, but I don't know. It was to a point where it's like there were some like minor things that would just irritate me, and it would just kind of like build up. But at the same time, all of it was very stupid reasons. Looking back at it now, and it's because I was a kid looking at it. It's I've taken the time to actually establish a relationship with my father and like actually try to communicate with him and shit, and it's gone a lot better. I could say I have a lot better relationship with my dad because I sat down, I talked to him about stuff, and I just stopped being worried about whatever he would say. Because ultimately, he's my father. He still loves me, and all the shit that he, you know, did before he wouldn't have done because, ultimately he wouldn't have cared if he just didn't do those things. It's like punishments or not in the past. It's all out of love, just it might be conveyed differently by certain people. And I don't know. I gave my dad the benefit of the doubt, and that's because I was holding a unnecessary grudge for something that might have happened in the past that ultimately is pretty stupid. It's just a matter of communication, and it definitely helped. It's like, before I was scared to talk to my dad about things, but now I really don't. 'Cause it's just like, yeah, some of the ways that he may say stuff may be out of like, like it may sound angry, but that's just, I don't know, that's just how he is. I've learned him. I've learned him over the years. I've taken the time to stop holding a petty grudge about that and talk to him about shit. Ultimately, it's helped. Just everything that's happened in the past, stuff that he would make fun of me about that I wouldn't really, like, stuff that he would say. But ultimately, I talked to him about that. I don't know. Again, it was just very stupid stuff. It's like whenever I would get irritated or annoyed, he would just make fun of me about it. But at the same time, it was just his way of like, showing affection and teasing. And I, back then I couldn't take teasing very well. When I realized that I ultimately felt like I couldn't talk to him, and I realized that I was just being stupid. Like every way, like it was to the point where it's like every moment, it's like I would be scared of like telling him stuff, and it's like realizing I'm like, I am my own person, and if I keep having these grudges, it's just gonna ruin, you know, my own family, at least the relationship with my own family. So it's like, if I wanted to have a certain relationship with my father, I'd have to actually I wouldn't have to step up and take the time to try to also gain a connection with him, because ultimately it takes two people to try to gain a connection, not just one. And well, yeah, both parties always do. They're your parents. My dad always tries to. No matter how they show it, they do make the effort because they love you. There's a lot of, douchebag parents, for example. Wes's mom wasn't the best person, and, you know, definitely shit like that does happen. But for the most part, every parent that, has a kid ultimately loves their kid unconditionally because, they cared for, gave birth to, it's all that stuff. There's no point in holding grudges. I think grudges are stupid. It's unwanted hate that is just not there, and it's up to me as a person to kind of like forgive and forget kind of thing, that mentality. It's like if I hold a grudge against people and like, I nitpick every little thing or I, you know, hate somebody for a certain something that they might have done, ultimately that's just going to bring me grief and unhappiness for most of my life. So it's like, why even bother? Why even worry about that stuff when you could just simply like, be like, oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah, kind of go about it, maybe forgive them. You don't have to necessarily completely forgive them, but at least talk to said person, try to unhinge petty squabbles. I mean, Dave was a great example of that. Ultimately, every parent, it's like, depending on whatever point they're looking at, it's like it may be like a foreign thing that I might try to speak to my parents about that, I may or may not like for like games or like what I want to do as a career, but ultimately they'll accept it because they'll be like, oh yeah, that, kind of person they are, or, even if they are too stubborn to fully agree with that. I mean, that is my dad. He is a very stubborn person. It just takes time. It just takes time to, mend to heal. Also, just communication is key. If you feel like you can't communicate with someone, that's just, I don't know. It's ultimately that was with my dad. That was a me problem right there. I felt like I couldn't communicate to him about anything. But ultimately, it's like he would just, I, and I told him like, there's been sometimes I feel like I can't really communicate with you about stuff because it's like I feel like you're gonna downgrade me on that, and that's just me being sensitive and not, wanting to hear the honest truth that he does give because it's like a lot of the times it's like yes, his opinion may be very unbiased at times, but at the same time they can be pretty wise. He is a thinker. He thinks stuff through always, and parents are very wise. It's like, maybe some of the stuff that they do may not be the best idea in our mind, but may have been the best idea in theirs. Everyone does things differently at their own pace in their own way. Well, that's a perspective I don't want to give up on. I want to preach about it because ultimately that has helped me, and it's gotten me out of a lot of stress. Because it's like I am also an overthinker, and it's like it's taken a little bit of time to progress that, but ultimately it's like it's taken a bunch of little itty bitty things to kind of carry me through that thought process. And it's like I've gotten nudges from people I've met. Trevor has definitely helped. Roman has helped, and my family has also helped. And as in my like family helped, it's like we've had arguments and we talked them over because I ultimately wanted to talk it over with them. I wanted to have a good relationship with them, so I made that happen. It's like my other thing about it is, why complain about something when I could just do it myself? Because everything is extremely possible if you put your mind to it. It's like, there may be some things that may feel impossible, but that's just because it might be you aren't trying hard enough, or, you just don't have a strong will. Either or. Like, wait, what'd you say? I'm sorry. No reason why not? I guess. I think I get what you're getting at. And that's fair. Right. Right. Right.
still trying to get because it's like, oh, it's crazy to me. It's like, oh yeah, something's wrong and it's gonna help you, but you know, because it's like, you trust me, you care about me, and that means a lot.
Yeah, no, of course. And ultimately, like I've told you before, the only time I will literally care about anything is when it comes to my friends, families, or loved ones. Literally, everyone else can go fuck themselves. I can give two shits about whatever the fuck else is going on. Like, I really just don't care. Nor can you force me to care about someone I just don't really fucking know.
That's fine. I wouldn't try to force you to care. But like, I don't know. There were lots of good moments in my childhood too. It's just,
Well, yeah, no, everyone has good and bad moments. It's just a moment of growth in how you take it.
there are moments that, like, even like thinking back on it, like there are still some things that I just can't understand. Like, because I mean, if there's someone that hurt you and you can look back and you can think, okay, I get why they did that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, maybe it makes it better. Sometimes it doesn't, but sometimes it makes you feel better. Sometimes, well, you know, they had a reason. But there are just some things that I feel like they don't have any reason. I'm sure you can fall for the reason, like, oh yeah, well, my parents based my entire worth on my grades just because they wanted me to succeed in school. That's bullshit. Sure, maybe that's a real reason. But you still gotta look at it like, what the hell, man?
Well, I mean,
Like, for years of my life, I really legitimately believing that they wouldn't love me if I didn't do the absolute best of the best in school.
I mean, to be fair, I thought the same thing. Pretty sure all kids do, and that's just because of our fucking school system.
Yeah.
And also to where it comes to, certain points of like where kids will get shit grades and then their parents won't care. That just shows that the parents don't really care about them entirely either. It's just a matter of they. I feel like, especially since you were the first kid, that the first is always a rough one. And I was definitely an experiment, a first and a last, especially with grades and stuff. I thought the same thing. I thought, depending on whatever kind of grade I got, I thought my parents would hate me and shit. Thought they'd be extremely disappointed if I got anything lower. So just came down to that. Don't be. It was just pretty sure that's what every fucking kid goes through. Like, that's like a universal thing everyone has to deal with, and it kind of just sucks because their school system kind of sucks. It's just like everything weighs on a fucking grade, and ultimately that brings the kids stress, brings the parents stress, it also brings the teacher stress. It's a bunch of stupid shit. And ultimately, it's like, I don't know. I think depending on how you look at it and whatnot, it might have been because there's a bunch of things that I've heard from like other people that dealt with like similar issues to where it's like their parents may have not done so well in school or life, and so they try to do their best to teach or encourage or however they do it to have their kid get good grades, either it be good or bad, because they just want them to succeed. I mean, regardless if we think that's bullshit or not, at least most parents that care about their kid would want to see them succeed in any form of thing that they do in life. Especially, the beginning part. So it's like in those early stages, I feel like those would be the kind of tough parts to kind of look at. You know, it's like, you know, if I were to have a kid, maybe I'd be stressed about kind of what grades they get because it's like, you know, I'd want him to be academically successful and I wouldn't want him to flunk or get held back. And it's like if they started kind of like, you know, like, you know, struggling maybe like that. I mean, this is what I'd at least do in a personal point, but at the same time, everyone has different preference or like everyone has different views on shit, but at the same time, we can say what we will do or want to do, but we don't know how the fuck it's gonna turn out until it actually happens. Never. It's never the case. You can't really predetermine something. And it's like, to be fair, I could say, oh, I'm gonna try to be the best parent in the world, and ultimately, you know, maybe my kid might hate me. You know, you can't tell until it actually fucking happens. It's a matter of trial and error with a bunch of things, it being good or bad. I think that's kind of where I got that perspective, at least for Forgive and Forget. I mean, like, shit, I used to be the most annoying fucking kid in middle school, and I will agree. I barely gave people space. I was hyper overactive. I'd call them, like, I had a friend that I would call pretty much every waking moment because I didn't have a brother or sister, so it was like, it's kind of boring in my house. So it's like, I'd want to call somebody and talk to someone because, you know, that's all I really had to do at the time. It was, you know, to fill a loneliness void. And so I, you know, I was pretty damn annoying. I'd do that constantly. And I know I was. I really know I was. And I've just come to terms with that. I was pretty fucking annoying. And so it's like after, with Eli, Eli's a great example of that. In 8th or 7th grade, we stopped being friends. And I'm pretty sure it was because of that reason too. After a year of not being friends, we became friends again, but at the same time, that year I had a little bit of personal growth. I realized, you know, I like having my own personal space, and I should also give other people personal space and, you know, be patient about shit. And then ultimately, over the years, that's had me kind of just what would a person think in their perspective. And I guess I've, you know, had the thought process of being able to be in someone's shoes and like kind of always have an open mind. It's just like if you can't have an open mind, it's just like, you know, it almost would make you a hypocrite about like thinking otherwise on a different person. It's like, oh, you know, I may not think the same way as them, but what if, you know, it was me in their shoes? How would I go about it? So it's like, you know, everyone does their own things at different paces, and you know, it doesn't always have to be perfect or it doesn't always have to be right, but it's always good to keep an open mind regardless to just, I don't know, kind of gauge it. I like talking to you about it as well. It's interesting to hear your point of view, you know, and maybe my input might not be the best input, but it's an input. It's an input. I feel like that should at least be heard. Maybe not taken fully, but you know, at least you know, listen to. To kind of.
I mean, I like listening to what you have to say, both because I love you and also because, you know, I feel like oftentimes the things that you have to say sort of take me out of like my victim mindset. Like, you know, I understand. And it kind of takes me out of that. Makes me think about it from a different light. Because for the longest time, you know, when I talked to my parents and thought about my life and everything that was happening to me, I was just in like a massive, massive pain. And I just couldn't think about it in any other way.
Oh yeah, like ultimately, if you keep looking at that, you're just gonna keep spiraling. It's not good to, you know. I don't know. There's it's like, it's people, people go through, changes and growth. And, it's, yeah, as long as a person learns about it, there's no issue about it. But it's like people never get out of that mindset, and ultimately it just becomes toxic. Yeah, at least for like themselves and people around them too. What do you feel? Right. Well, I mean, when it comes to generation, it's hard for something that was never really profound in their generation to be basically everywhere in a new one. I mean, like, if something were to come up in our future generation, it'd probably be hard for me to at least perceive it a little bit, just for the fact that it's like I'm not used to it. I'll try to keep an open mind, but it's something I'm not used to. No, yeah. Well, yeah. Mm-hmm. Indeed. Yeah. Hmm? Yeah, yeah. Right. Yeah.
actually took some stress trying to be able to heal. But it's just one of those things that I'm just still in survival mode and that's everything. And it's not one of those things that's going to go away if I could really help. Because in order to find that kindness for them and see them in the way that I need to see them in order to have a healthy relationship with my parents, I need to first take care of me, and I can't take care of me if I live here. And I can do my best, and I am doing my best, but there are sometimes you just need space.
And, that's fair. If you're coming to terms with that, then, you've already basically started.
And I feel like that's, another thing is just, the timing and turnout is really important to me if people's days are constantly
Mm-hmm.
sending them back to my parents so that them and my brother could not. I was just kind of jealous of Ryan, honestly.
Right.
Because, like, I don't know, I made it my responsibility to be the perfect child, to be the one that is always happy when mom and dad are angry, and be someone who makes other people happy when they're feeling sad, because that's my purpose. And if someone's hurting, then it's my purpose to fix it. And Ryan just wants to literally just have to be one of the people. If you want to smile, she could just be a fucking smile ass and nothing bad would happen to her. If he could just talk back to my parents and care he might get a small talking to that, I'd slowly change.
Right.
I don't know, I always felt like, he never appreciated the things that I sacrificed for him. And I feel like he still doesn't know much of it. But, that's not something I felt in a long time, that resentment. That one, it was more when I was, a little younger and I felt like, I was the one protecting him by, giving myself away. So that, if I was the one who behaved, then he could be the one who didn't. So, if I did this, then he could, have the privileges that I had given him.
Yeah. Well, if that's the case, have pride in that. Have pride in that if, you're the one trying to help out your brother, have pride in that. I wouldn't feel any resentment that he doesn't really see it. I mean, just know that you helped him out, he's family. Because ultimately, if you try to let it be known, it almost just kind of makes you a snarky asshole. Because it's just like, oh yeah, praise me for something I might have done good. Just have praise in yourself. Don't doubt it. I love you a lot too, Sam. You are as well. Yeah, I'm getting a little tired. By the way, happy birthday, sweetheart. It's 40 minutes past, but still. Mm-hmm. Thanks. Hmm? Ah. Nope. That's really cool.
That's kind of fun.
Of course.
It really does mean a lot. More than you know.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I really hope that you know that you're definitely someone that I feel like I can turn to as a sort of friend, and also someone that I can look up to.
Well, that makes me happy then. I'm glad I could be both those things for you.
Yes, both are indeed.
What's up?
I get to see you a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of, if, we want to, we should probably get some good rest. Considering that it'll be a long day. Well, you sleep too. Both of us need sleep. We shall both be going to sleep instead of letting one go to sleep. We shall both go to sleep because we both need it.
Okay. I'm not sure what you want to wear tomorrow, but we'll probably dress up just a little bit.
I'm probably gonna wear jeans and a shirt.
Sounds good.
I don't know. I'll dress up semi-nicely, but it's a lunch. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm gonna dress special for the dinner, though.
Okay. I can't wait to see your outfit.
I don't even, to be fair, I'm still kind of like on the fence of I don't even know what my outfit's even gonna be, because Fme wants to use my dress pants, or, and like a nice button-up that I have. More so, I just don't, right, I just don't know what to wear for the top part.
You should let me help.
Okay.
Or you should let me more help.
Either or. Either.
So we can talk more about it later, okay?
Indeed.
I love you. So,
I love you a lot, too.
have a nice sleep wherever you go.
Alrighty. You as well?
Okay, honey. Good night.
Good night. Sleep good.